Our democracy draws its health and strength from people putting up their hand, engaging with their community, and participating in the contests of ideas. This was said by Anthony Albanese, the current Australian Prime Minister. Now, many would agree, as do I, that a respectful debate is not only helpful to a democracy, it is essential. The quote brings me back to a time during my summer school when I was tasked with a group project that involved a few major decisions, including what topic we chose and how a logo should look. My group, however, argued about everything, and it was frustrating at the time, having all these different views on a single decision. In hindsight, after winning that competition, however, I learned that disagreements aren't bad things at all. Rather, they are one of the best ways to enhance our initial ideas and reach a consensus as a group and as a country. The extreme importance of the contest of ideas, or a debate that Anthony Albanese was talking about, followed the belief previously championed by the honorary Sir Robert Menzies. This philosophy first echoed in Menzies' approach to democracy across Australia, and was displayed through his implementation of debating in Parliament, universities, and households. Australia's longest-serving Prime Minister is well known for creating the Liberal Party, but what is often overlooked is how he implemented debate as a core part of Parliament. He encouraged a grassroots-driven policy base and set up regular council meetings. By institutionalizing respectful debate within the Liberal Party, Menzies ensured that diverse voices could actively influence national policy, not just those in power. Before the creation of the Liberal Party, Menzies was part of the United Australia Party, which was largely dominated by elite interests. Additionally, during this time, policy decisions in Parliament were made by party elites, as they were often influenced by business interests and other senior MPs. Menzies brought this same vision into the nation's academic institutions, believing that universities were crucial arenas for open dialogue and the pursuit of truth. He stated, "Universities are not nurseries of slogans and dogmas, but places of open discussion where truth is pursued, not dictated." Menzies was talking about propaganda in this quote and the effects it has on a country's democracy. Prior to his actions of increasing federal funding towards tertiary education, universities were only for the upper class and kept many Australians in the dark in terms of politics and other areas. Menzies challenged the status quo by dramatically increasing federal funding for universities. Through this policy, enrollment rates grew significantly, particularly among lower and middle class Australians. This greater social mix encouraged independent, principled thinking and empowered more Australians to actively participate in civic life and speak up for their rights. I believe this is very relevant today when we see countries like Afghanistan that limit this higher education, resulting in a totalitarian society. In countries like this, citizens are unable to have open discussion and fight for their rights due to this very lack of education. This highlights the importance of Menzies' actions as he closed the knowledge disparity and gave a large majority of Australians the ability to speak and debate in an informed manner. It's understandable now when he said, "The real life of democracy is not in the parliament, but in the homes of the people." So, to promote democratic participation even further, after the end of his first term, the Prime Minister created the Forgotten People's Broadcast, a radio broadcast where he gave speeches directed towards the middle-class Australians. Not being part of the extremities of society, however, these citizens were often overlooked and underrepresented. Furthermore, the broadcast began during World War II, a time where Australia faced existential threats like totalitarianism and war. Despite this, Menzies argued over topics including fundamental principles that should occur in a democratic society, as well as the roles of the middle class during a time of crisis. These speeches sparked debate in newspapers, public forums, and homes, ultimately leading to critique and even further discussions of ideas in Australia made by regular citizens. As witnessed in the story of my group project, it was only through the debate and disagreement that my team reached consensus. And in much the same way, for Australia's case as a nation, it was through Menzies' constant contribution of debate that led post-war Australia to a consensus on strong democratic ideology. So today, we thank Sir Robert Menzies, the man who promoted respectful debate, which isn't only a virtue, it is the very thing that enables innovation in policy, prevents tyranny, and enables representation of the forgotten people. And in a time when the voice of democracy slowly loses its stance, and the presence of war looms over us once again, we must remember Menzies and use our words, not our weapons, discuss, not destroy, and hold on to what Australia knows best: power to the people. Thank you.